So, Rick, tell us, what's your unlawful moment? This is Unlawful.
I was thinking about that, and I had two that kind of came to mind. I guess the one that is the most heartfelt that I'll share is when I was asked. Most of my work is civil litigation. I do some white collar crime, but for the most part, it's civil litigation. And I would throw, because we're in Texas, family law into that. We're in the only state you could try a divorce case to a jury. Stakes are high that people testify in an authentic, comfortable way in their divorce case, if it goes that far.
Yep.
But I was asked by one of my really good friends and a client to go down to the Corpus Christi Federal Correctional Facility to prepare a woman who's the wife of a crook. Okay. He clearly is a criminal, and his wife was being sucked in so that they can get information out of her and just do all that stuff the government do. And so her trial was coming up, and she was a nervous wreck. And my client asked me if I could go down and work with her. And of course, her funds have been tied up. So it's like one of those things where we'll get you paid, but it'll probably be on the other side. So I hope you can trust me and trust the process. Sure. And of course I did. And I do those kinds of things all the time for people that I love working with. And to go through, once we got there, it takes almost another hour to go through check-in and walk down the corridors, through a outer yard, into this private room where it's so out of my comfort zone and nothing you ever really see on television. And then she's just like the nicest woman in the world, being really improperly targeted for this act. And just to work with her through a translator, in fact, because I don't really speak Spanish, her English is not great. And then just to do that, and then to work with her several times. And then I was at the trial the entire time, and we couldn't even visit with our client because of the situation at night to strategize. We get to see her just a little bit after court each day. But it's really gratifying to have worked on a case like that. We got the verdict that we were seeking. She got out. She got her house back. It was just a great outcome. And so I think my unlawful moment is just how deeply those kinds of engagements, how healing they are and how gratifying they are, because it's almost like I feel like I'm really doing something for humanity in many ways. So many other cases are about dollars and cents, but the risk of losing your freedom indefinitely, that just puts massive pressure and responsibility on me. And I just want to get a good result.
What's interesting is it's a perfect example of a scenario in which the stakes are very clear and very much in your face. And at that point, I think that everybody stops thinking about money. You stop thinking about billable hours. You stop thinking about everything, and you start thinking about the outcome and how to get the best outcome. The thing that has been interesting to me is, despite all the lawyer jokes and cynicism about lawyers and how much we charge and all of that, I have found, at least in my experience, that you get to that level at a far lower degree than people would think, right? For me, it's once stuff's in the door, I'm on the team, right? And I want to get the job done. And believe me, my partners at this law firm and other law firms, and they can criticize me left and right about doing work that I wasn't sure I was going to get paid for, because I was already in the door and we were already doing the work, and I was already pot committed to the outcome. And the thing that's always surprising to me as an adult is how quickly that kind of cynical generalization becomes untrue, right? I work in big law. These are big, huge companies that are trying to make a ton of money, but they're full of humans who, whether it's altruistic or whether it's egotistical, who knows? It's probably at different points on the scale for different people, but they become very committed to taking the weight off their clients' shoulders and putting it on their own. And like you said, in a situation where your freedom's at stake, that's easy to see. But for a lot of people we work with, their jobs are at stake, their businesses are at stake, their year is at stake, which is a big deal.
For sure. I
And
couldn't agree more.
Well, look, Rick, I really appreciate you taking the time. It's been super insightful for me, and frankly, you've got a customer in me from now on. So I have some trials coming up this year, and you'll be getting a call.
I heard about all these mock trials.
Exactly.
I need to at least participate in the beauty contest on the next one.
Got to get you on the line for sure. But
That's
I really
right.
appreciate you taking the time, and that's Unlawful.